Puss and Dog, the new lady in Orange Lane. The whole Orange Lane was buzzing with excitement. For the first time in 3 years, someone new was moving into the little house on the corner. All week people had been coming and going, painters, carpenters, and a lady with a fancy car who seemed to be giving everybody orders. Puss heard the workmen calling her Miss Hyacinth. Miss Puss and Breddah Dog were perched on the fence watching the activity with great interest. "Dog, you see how she dress?" Miss Puss whispered, nodding towards Miss Hyacinth directing the workers. "That lady have money, dog. Look at them gold earrings, how them shine." Dog's tail wagged eagerly. "And you smell what coming from over there? She been cooking all morning. Curry, rice, maybe even some stew beef. My mouth of water." Miss Hyacinth was an elegant woman that looked to be in her 50s. Her hair was done up neat and she walked gracefully. She'd been moving boxes and furniture all week, and the delicious smells floating from her kitchen had both animals drooling. "Dog," Puss said, "I hope you know say you now got thief none of the woman food, you know." Dog looked at Puss sideways and barely said anything. From his reaction, Puss knew he was already thinking about it. "Dog, you can't plant corn and reap peas, you know. Remember that next time you decide for thief again from people." "Dog, me serious, you know. Start earning your keep and you won't have to be so thief." Dog shook his head as if he agreed, but he knew if he saw a window of opportunity to get into that house to get some of that sweet-smelling food, he wasn't about to give that up. "Dog, me thinking we need to make ourselves useful to this lady," Miss Puss said thoughtfully. "You know what my grandmother used to say? Empty bag can't turn up. We can't just sit here hoping she notice us and start throwing scraps our way. We need to bring something to the table so that we can level up ourselves." Dog nodded vigorously. True. But what we have that she might want? "We need to show her we useful. Me going to catch her a rat. Every old house have rat problems. And you good at watching things, right? You can be our security." Dog puffed up proudly. "Yeah, man, me's the best watchdog on Orange Lane." They were making their plans when they heard Miss Hyacinth call out, Shoo! Get away from my groceries!" Looking over, they saw some mangy cats trying to get in Miss Hyacinth's bag that had fallen over near her gate. Miss Hyacinth was flapping her hands at them, but the cats weren't budging. "No," Puss hissed to Dog. "This is we chance." "What you mean?" Dog asked. "Hog say first water hole you catch your wash," Miss Puss muttered, jumping down from the fence. "This is our chance, Dog. We need to help her." Miss Puss darted towards the cats with her fur standing up looking fierce. "Wanna get away from the lady things. Move up before me done, you know." At the same time, Dog started barking and chasing them away. Within seconds, the cats had scattered and Miss Hyacinth's groceries were safe. "Oh my," Miss Hyacinth exclaimed, looking down at her two heroes. "Well, aren't you two something? You chased those rascals away before they could get my food." Miss Puss sat straight up and gave her most dignified meow, while Dog wagged his tail so hard his whole body wiggled. "You know," Miss Hyacinth continued, bending down to look at them properly, "I was just thinking this morning that I could use some good neighbors. I'm Miss Hyacinth, and I just moved here from Spanish Town." She reached into her grocery bag and pulled out a piece of fresh fish and some cooked chicken. "This is for you, beautiful," she said to Miss Puss, then turned to Dog. "And this is for you, handsome boy." As they ate their unexpected feast, Miss Hyacinth sat on her steps and continued talking. "You know, I was wondering how I was going to manage in this house by myself. I could use a good cat to keep the mice away, and a dog to let me know if anybody's prowling around at night." Miss Puss and Dog exchanged glances. This was going better than they hoped. "The thing is," Miss Hyacinth went on, "I don't want lazy animals around, but if you two willing to work for your supper, then you can stay." "Meow!" Miss Puss said immediately. "Woof!" Dog agreed enthusiastically. Miss Hyacinth laughed. Well, that settles it then. Over the next few days, Miss Puss proved her worth by catching 3 mice that had been bothering Miss Hyacinth at night in the roof. Dog appointed himself official greeter and security guard. With each passing day, Puss kept reminding Dog, if you want good, you knows how to run. So no bother with the lazy business, you must work for your bread. By the end of the week, both animals had their own food bowls on Miss Hyacinth's veranda and a comfortable spot to sleep. You know what, Puss? Dog said one evening as they shared a plate of cargo that Miss Hyacinth had given them. As you would say, the thing about hog and wash. I don't quite remember it, but it's true, you know. Miss Puss nodded, licking her whiskers contentedly. True what, Dog? And the saying is, hog say, first water hole you catch your wash. We see the chance and we take it. But the important thing is, we never come empty-handed. We show Miss Hyacinth so we can be useful. She nice, you know, Dog added. She firm but she fair, and Lord, the woman can cook. Dog, said Puss. I think we find a good thing here. The best, Dog agreed, his tail wagging. And we earn her keep. Me never have a tea from her. This make me feel good, you see, Puss. As they laid on the veranda, Miss Puss reflected on how much their lives had changed since Miss Hyacinth arrived on Orange Lane. Good friend better than pocket money, and yammed can boil in a pot twice. Aye, sir. And as the sun set over Orange Lane, the newest little family settled in for another peaceful evening, each member knowing exactly what they brought to the table. When you bring value to others instead of always just taking, you can create lasting relationships built on mutual respect, trust, and honesty.